Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are here again today for our continued episodes of The Blue Collar Hustle, a storytelling platform for us blue-collar guys and gals out here just doing our thing. And today, we are still here with the Rookie. Rookie, say hello.
What? Why you said we is still here?
Well, because you're still here because I'm waiting. Our build up of this whole enterprise and production is going to be on us as the backbone. So you're still here. I want to make sure you're still here. Let the people know that you're still here.
I'm here. I mean, they see me. Hi, hello, how you doing? Thank you for watching the Blue Collar Hustle podcast. Make sure you subscribe, like, and yeah, just follow along the ride.
See, that's why he's still here, because he's still here doing his thing. We're working on the guest list, to be honest with you, because I want to be able to come out correct-ish, a little bit, kind of, sort of, and it's a beginning thing. It's in its infant stages, so we're growing.
I just got an idea.
Go.
Whoever the first guest is, or maybe I don't know if every guest, but let's have them sign that wall.
We should do something like
a
that.
marker.
That's a great thing.
Yeah, right. That's why I'm
a great
here.
thing. Or have them bring a little. Hey, bring a little trinket for the shelf, and we'll load up the shelf or something.
Yeah.
Something. That's a great idea. See, that's again why you're here.
Thank you. Yeah.
Right here. So we're today talking about something that is super critical inside the blue collar world, which is what? Money and time.
Yep.
Money and time. And before we started recording today, we were talking a little bit about money and time, and I got this book in front of me. We'll get into that in a second, because that's a whole nother weird ass topic. I don't know if you read. Do you read?
Boo,
Do
never.
you read? You don't read.
Not even audiobooks. I don't.
No, can I be honest with you? The fact that there's a book in front of me is super awkward for me because I haven't read in ages. Not because whatever, but I'm not a reader.
I mean, when I got here, you was into it.
I know.
You was laying down on
and
the couch.
That's the whole point of what we're going to talk about today. Right now, myself, I don't read books. I don't. When I went to school, books were sealed. The creases in the binding were straight as an arrow when I handed them back in at the end of the school year. I didn't read books. But that was young me, right? That was young me.
A long time ago.
Kinda. Not that old. But I didn't read books, but I'm entering a little stage of entrepreneurship, dare I say, and I'm sure a lot of other people out there are entering this stage where you're hitting that like little plateau or some kind of little roadblock, whatever it might be. And dare I say, a lot of answers lie in the books and the writings and the speakings of other people that have already conquered these things that we're struggling with, or at least put a nice game plan in front of you, or provide it to you, and just like I'm kind of excited to learn again. When I was a kid, was I excited to go to school? I was absolutely not excited to go to school, but I enjoyed learning to an extent, maybe not traditionally in the way opening the books and doing like that, but I always liked the different topics, sciences, maths, things like that. I was very much like that. I liked it, but life took over, and business and family and all that jazz. Books super back shelf. I always used to say I didn't have time for them, and that's what we're talking about today: is time and money. And I'm at a point right now where I'm actually excited to learn again, and I'm trying to see if I can turn on reading again as a point for me to learn. Reading is awkward to some, right? You said you didn't read. If I put a book in front of you, you'd rather jump off the back deck here.
Yeah. Facts.
Probably
100%.
100%. I as well. I'm like, reading's putting me to sleep, but I'm telling you, it's going to be the breakthrough point. For me, I can see it already because I can feel that information level or that information picture, highway, whatever you want to call it, it's right there because I've maxed out what I've been doing. And I'll jump right into it. This is a book by Dan Martell called Buy Back Your Time. And I'm in a group that promotes reading of books of various stages of what you are in your entrepreneurial life, what you are in your personal life. And there's always a book out there that might fit that moment in time for you. And so much before, I used to say, I don't need those books.
Yeah.
I'll work through it. And they say right in the beginning of this book, they call it a GSD, where a get shit done mentality. I didn't even know they had a name for it.
I didn't even know what that means, what that meant before I even
Exactly.
before I ask you.
Exactly, and that's 100% what I was taught to do. What I did for most of my adult professional life is get shit done mentality. If you weren't working, you weren't moving forward as the owner, as the boss, as something like that. And it's beginning to shape for me that is actually not helpful to get to the next level.
Well,
So-
wait, what is not helpful?
To just bury your head in your business. Wear
Okay.
every hat possible.
Okay.
Wear the sales hat. Where's the marketing hat? Wear the putting out the fires hat. Wear the administrative hat, the invoicing hat, the accounting hat. Wearing all those hats.
But that's how everybody starts.
I know. That's how I started.
Okay.
And then like you reach a point where that's not going to get
The
you
roof.
anywhere. You through the roof. No pun intended today. By the way, a little pause again. We are having a beverage, as we will every time.
He's a roofer. You know, they drink.
This beverage again is Espelon tequila.
They don't see it. They don't see it. Pull it out.
Oh shit! Should we just pull it out?
Yeah. Show it.
I don't like fancy this tequila as some kind of super high end, celebratory, top shelf kind of tequila, but it tastes good. It's a great drinking tequila, and that's all I'm going to say about that because I like to sip on some tequila while we're having a convo.
And I grab my
And he has his Dunkin'.
coffee. Yeah,
He runs on Dunkin',
I do.
as do most people out there, right?
Yep, a lot.
I run on tequila.
Respect. You gotta respect that. You gotta
I run on
respect that.
tequila. So back to what I was saying about the time. I didn't realize it, and today is we're gonna just kind of like dive into my realizations that are actually happening in real time as we're recording this. My life is switching and changing into what I value, what I want to prioritize, because for the first time I'm closer to growth than I've ever been before. Whereas before it was just a business to go to work and bring home a paycheck, it's now turning into something that is an actual machine that could then bring me to my point in my life where I'm actually having a life, where there's time to do leisure activities, where there's super available time for your family. We're going to dive into that one. That one, I died on the vine with that one. And there's time to then better your business and forward and just do your strengths. They talk about that a lot. Do what you're good at.
They say that once you become an entrepreneur, it's no longer 9 to 5. It's 24/7.
24/7. When my eyes open in the morning, I'm checking the phone. What's going on? Quick, is there any fires? Is there any emails that somebody decided to send at 12:30 at
Your
night?
good morning messages, it might be a problem.
A problem.
Yep.
Yeah. And that's crazy, honestly. I see that sometimes. How and who is sitting up at 12:12 in the morning writing this, F you email, or I'm not happy with this, I don't, man.
But they if they're not happy, remember, and it happens to me. Yesterday specifically, and I'm glad we're talking about this today. Yesterday, I finished editing stuff like at 4 in the morning, and when I try to go to sleep, my mind was going through 100. Like I was thinking of what I'm gonna do for my birthday that's coming up. Business, what I'm gonna do to increase my, let's say, money volume, like what everything that I need to get done, my personal life, my everything. And it was 4 in the morning, and I'm just laying down while I hear my baby crying or sleeping, but fake snoring, like it's just that. It's crazy to me.
I haven't dove into this book terribly too deep yet, but in principle, I think it's something that you would get value from, because I get it in the beginning and when you're in the trenches, or it's just where you're at. You got to put in those 12, 14-hour days, 15-hour days. You got to. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
But at some point, your time throughout the day, perfect little term. They call it auditing your time. right? And I was like sensitive to that, and I'm actually still sensitive. I'm like, I don't know, how am I going to audit my time? You know, I went to go get a sandwich. I went to the office. I answered an email. Like, I don't know how detailed it is. I was being a little weird with it. But then I started looking at it real recently. I stopped looking at my own emails. I stopped looking at my own emails. I got the office. Hey, if there's any email that's in here that's on fire, you guys obviously have it.
Yeah.
If there's anything that I need to look at, you know, send me a chime or notification. Hey, you got something in your inbox. Because I was so stuck in reading every email about a job, about potential offerings from my healthcare service. You know, like whatever. It was like retarded.
A new credit card offer.
Yeah, like it was every email. And by the way, that's an email that I have. I have a personal email. We have a business email. We have all the you know, not all the other businesses, but we have other emails strategically for different ventures, and every one of them is on my phone synced. So it's just like it's just crazy. And what I started to do is get overwhelmed. I'm answering everything, or I'm looking at everything. The next thing I know, I'm caught in a weird you know, tunnel of some new product that came out, and now I got a Zoom call appointment scheduled on another because I answered one spam email, so I stopped it. I bought back my time because of like something like that. I'm starting to anyway. So now somebody else is looking at that.
Okay, but that somebody else might be your wife, because your wife works here. Now, I have a question. How you go from not reading the emails and letting the office handle that, to then getting home where your wife is the one that works in the office? Doesn't she like sometimes be go, oh babe, I got this email earlier, blah blah blah, and bring that like office work or like work to home?
Yeah, that's a sensitive thing. It's a very good thing. All these guys out here and gals, I gotta keep saying that because I have a lot of awesome female entrepreneurs that we're gonna have on sitting in that chair soon. But it's that, what is that, work-life balance little line again? I'm just terrible at that. I was terrible at that. Inside the beginning of this book, they talk about a person that lost their fiance because they're putting in 18-hour days, and one day they just came home and the ring was planted on the table. You know, I'm not doing this anymore.
Jeez.
Real life shit happens. You know, your head is so stuck down in doing what you deem is like, that's great. I'm putting all the blood, sweat, and tears in for my goals, and you're not realizing how much time that you don't realize how much time you're actually spending on stuff that maybe somebody else could do. You know, I'm slowly realizing how much I'm doing that somebody else could do, and as I'm realizing it, the value that's coming, because now I'm only able to do this podcast recording because I carved out time, because I separated some other tasks that I had to do that now somebody else is doing that I didn't need to be doing. I wasn't good at it, so why not?
So, here's my thing. I don't like books, or some books, and it depends, because it sounds to me, I might be wrong, that's more like a motivational type of book. And sometimes I hate those. Not everything, like not every book, or not every, you know how there's people that they only do motivational stuff. I hate those because what you said was that you now are, like, you're able to do this because you have somebody doing other task that you were doing. But to have somebody else, that costs you money. So it's either, are you buying your time with the money of the sweat that you already put in?
I'm gonna kill you right there. So right there, I'm gonna totally destroy the way it was defined in this book. But I'm gonna kind of give my version of what I understood it to be. What you just said, it costs money for somebody else to now do something that you were doing before.
Yeah.
I had no idea of this concept. Taking your value for the year, like what you expect to pay yourself, let's say, or what you need to from the business if you're self-employed, take it, give it a number. I'm sure you have to have a number. If you don't have a number, that's a whole nother concept and discussion about, you know, your financial literacy. But take your number and divide it by the 52 weeks, or divide it by the year per se, and you're going to come with an hourly rate for yourself. I'm sure you don't pay yourself an hourly rate, but as an owner, you're going to come up with some kind of version of an hourly rate for yourself. And then times that hourly rate by the low-hanging fruit tasks that you take up a lot of your time with, like answering an email, let's say, like going to do a sketch. Like if it's blue-collar people, we got to go do a drawing, do a sketch, do a takeoff on blueprints or something. A whole bunch of tasks that are just, there's somebody else out there that could do it, and that's only their job. And let's just say you come up with a rate for yourself that's $90 an hour.
Mm-hmm.
And you're doing every moment of your day is costing your company $90 an hour. And if you could peel off X amount of time of stuff that you do and pay somebody $25 an hour or less, because guaranteed a lot of it is administrative.
Mm-hmm.
You're not telling me that doesn't make sense?
It does.
You know what I mean?
It's still costing the company the $90.
No.
You're just not doing it.
No. That's actually what I'm talking about. Less. Because now my time that was costing the company, even though I own it, let's just, in our example, that company was costing it $90 an hour for me to do that task. Now I'm not doing that task. It doesn't cost the company $90 anymore. It's costing me $25 because I got somebody else doing it. Now my $90 an hour time is going to go to what I'm good at. That's basically what I'm getting the gist of what they're saying at.
Okay, and you're good at what?
You know what? I'm still learning that, but I'm damn pretty good at communicating our sales process to people. Until I find another salesman that will fit my culture, my mold, I'm probably going to stick to that. I like selling. I like educating on our business's services.
Okay, so
Go.
Just let me say this. Why I said that it's still costing you $90 is because, and now with what you said, it's costing you more. I think it's costing you now $120 because you're saying that let's say if you have this thing to do right here, you are paying somebody $25 out of your 90, let's say, to do it, so you can focus on other things like what you said.
I'm strength at sales.
Yeah,
let's say.
okay, but you're still working on that, and the person just doing something else. So now you're still working, let's say. So it's your $90 plus the $25 you're paying something else.
I'm glad you said that because you know what? That's a great explanation because you legit think that right now, right?
I
but
legit
it's actually they're teaching you that it's not that because my time as and all the entrepreneurs, all the blue collar people that they're owners and higher level management operators, your time has got that certain number on it. If you could give somebody else that task, that's not taking away from your time. And it's not taken away from the company's $90 an hour valuation on your time. You're now able to do $90 an hour work, which what does that do? If I'm answering an email for $25 an hour and doing all that stuff, am I making any sales?
No.
But if I could take now somebody else is doing that. Now I'm doing, let's just say it's sales. Now I'm spending my hour at improving a sales, and one of my sales closes. I'm a commercial guy, so let's just say it closes a $500,000 job.
Mm-hmm.
As opposed to answering, a dozen emails.
Yeah. Okay.
That's not the same cost to the company. That company just made money by me doing my strong points.
So wouldn't that be more of administrate your time so you can make more money instead of buy back your time?
Or, well, I'm still buying back my own time to increase my company. And then, like, the stuff that I want to be able to get to the people that are like in that struggle, because I was and I still am, but I was for a long time, like wondering if I got off the roof, because we got the roofing company. If I got off the roof, I felt forever that the company was just going to go down, and it was just it. If I wasn't pushing production out there in the field, that the company was going to go down. And shit you not, the second I made the decision to get off the roof and just put that in the power of my partner, the production manager, the super on the job, this foreman on the job, whatever person was in place, we have done better. Not so much financially, like soaring through the roof in sales, but we made cleaner money. I freed up my time We are all human beings out there that our time isn't just our job. Our time is our careers, our growth, our family, ourselves. And I was fucking losing all of it. I lost it the first time around. My second wife. So the first marriage was, I was head down. It was just buried in stuff. There was no time for life. It was just work.
So you're let's say you're one of the guys outside of business. This is a personal question, not business related. To jump right back, I'm sorry. You're one of the guys that think that money doesn't buy happiness.
That's actually a pretty cool question. I don't believe so. Is your definition of happiness? If your definition of happiness is things, money buys things. If your definition of happiness is to be able to, take your kid to school in the morning and be there when he comes back, or he or she comes back at the end of the day, have date nights with your wife, or if you're single, have the time to be able to go actually breathe some social air now and again and not be inundated with work. It's all based around your time. So money buys happiness. Your definition of happiness would have to be defined.
Okay. My opinion on that is I think money doesn't buy happiness because of exactly what you said. Everything that you said is literally moments that you're happy. Like you said, when you say, oh, come home and have your kids or go out on a date, those are moments. I believe, and I'm a strong believer, that money doesn't buy happiness. Money buys you moments that make you happy.
That was round of applause. Round of applause.
Mom, I made it, Mom.
Mama, but he made it. He's in real big time. So I like that statement. Could you just say it one more time?
Money doesn't buy happiness. Money buys moments that makes you happy.
Okay, and let's expand upon it, in my opinion, on what we're talking about today inside creating your time. If money buys you moments of times, that money that provides you those moments of happiness are only going to be created if you free up yourself and expand and audit your time are you really doing stuff that's going to increase your money to get you those moments of happiness? Is answering 100 emails all morning going to buy you that moment? No. So it's still going to be back to how you're spending your time, and is it valuable to your company? Are you making money off your time? It's kind of like that thing, like, I would rather make money or save money. I'm in saving money, you're still making money, right? Mm-hmm. I would think the same thing in time. If I can delegate my time, delegate my things that I'm doing in my day to day to other people that are not at the same hourly rate that I've gotten from myself, that I want push for myself, I'm making money in that choice. I'm making money building a team.
I agree, 100%.
I love that.
I agree.
I love that. And then like back to the books, right? I have a big struggle with reading. We're going back to that. Real big struggle
brother.
For reading.
I don't.
But I'll tell you what, when I start reading something that I enjoy, that I think that's bringing me value, my attention's growing. Right? I'm getting there. I'm getting a little excited about what I'm reading there. And I think that maybe that's just maturity, my age. I don't know. Who knows? But I challenge you, rookie.
To read it?
To read. To read. Challenge yourself to read. Right? I think some of the other points of a success that I'm starting to feel after transitioning from being like that get it shit done mentality has been to prop up other people around me and give them their trophies, their accolades on what they're doing, because nobody's gonna sit around. You're not gonna have a team full of people that don't give a shit, right? You gotta have good people around you. I'm learning about the hiring process before.
Or people willing to actually learn at least or listen.
Maybe.
Why maybe?
I don't know, because you got to be able to have the right culture, the right fit for that person to turn on. Oh man, what the hell was I watching the other day? It was some skit, right? And that's also another little great thing. What's the culture of your company like? Are people going to actually want to work there?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
a lot of the
A lot of people hate their jobs.
a lot of people hate their jobs. I was blown away, honestly. I love my job. Is it challenging sometimes? Yeah, I'm the boss, and it has nothing to do with money. Because believe me, being the boss, you're the last one to get the money. Everybody else is paid boss last,
And you got to make sure they paid for your company, like to be able to run.
So where the hell was I going? I just lost the train of thought.
I'm sorry, people.
No, it's okay, brother.
He's
It's
like
okay.
that sometimes, you know.
It's okay. It bees like that. It bees like that. So I'm going to say the story that I was talking about. Maybe it'll trigger me. So there was this the story, the skit that I heard. I forget where the heck I heard it. It was something online. It was about this one individual person that they had an experience with the person that was telling the story at one venue, and they were excellent. They were happy. They were, how can I help you, sir? I want to be able to, give you the best service and experience at our establishment. Boom. Great. Wonderful. That person's got a great culture because they're in a great mood and they're providing, that service. Boom. Same person ran into that same person at another place. Asked them, oh, you work here too? Yeah, it's a second job. Young guy that just wants to just get his hustle on. And completely different attitude, though. Head down, not talking. How can I help you, sir? Like that. Like, just completely different mojo.
Mm-hmm.
Why? The guy asked him, well, you seem different. Are you all right? It's okay? He's asking him. He's just curious about maybe there was just something wrong that day. And he literally said, he's like, no, I don't like working here. But I have to because, you got to pay the bills. Why don't you like working here? Nobody really tells me. Nobody gives me any processes on what to do, their expectations. Nobody tells me that I did a good job or give me some advice or, I'm just like left on my own over here. It's like the culture was bad, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, that's crazy because that very same human on another place was a superstar,
Yeah.
A+ service.
Mm-hmm.
But on the same person on another place was like C- at best.
Yeah.
All because that business gave them the culture, the feeling, the backing that they can be their best self. That is what a lot of these entrepreneurs that are smaller, that have all the hats on because they feel no one else can do it better, needs to get real clear on. Hey, are you going to be like that? Do you want to grow? Because if you grow, you got to create a good culture.
A lot of a small entrepreneur also are scared of like finding somebody to do it better than them, and then maybe things not working out for, let's say, in a personal business. Let's say if I hire somebody better than me, I'm like, damn, this guy might take my business because he's better. But we got to learn as entrepreneurs that we need people better than us to actually be able to grow. Not on a personal level, like I'm not gonna maybe learn from you and then start doing it like you, but it might sound bad, but I'm going to use your knowledge to be able to grow. You're gonna grow and I'm gonna grow.
And that's back to the culture part of things. Like, what's my business's culture? If me and you were partners on something and I brought you in and I knew that you were better than me at something, I'm going to ask your expectations of what the future holds for you now. Before I wouldn't even have hired you because I would have felt threatened that you were going to take over my business, take over my clients, things like that. But like the mindset's changing. Now I want to know what it is that you want to do. I want to be communicative with you. I want to be able to open up. And that's what I challenge a lot of the blue-collar entrepreneurs that are kind of like stuck at that level. Do I want to grow? Do I want to stay in my one truck and just do my business because I feel like I'm going to do it the best? No one else can do it better? Great. Wonderful. Don't bitch about being stressed out then because
Yeah, it comes with it.
You're your own. You're your own solution to the problem there. You gotta adjust. And inside of you being better than me at something in the business, I'm going to ask you, what's your expectations for here? If your expectations is I want to learn from a company and grow my portfolio up and then I want to eventually go on my own, then it's known. I'm good. Like, I know that this has got a lifespan to it, that inside that I would challenge us both to grow. And before your exit, it would be the growth of another person that could then be that version of you inside the company. Because it was already discussed that you're not interested in being long term. You're interested in an experience to then grow on something else.
Yeah.
It's totally fine. It's great. I would have never done that before. I would have been like, you're either gonna hire, you're hired or not, or actually, I probably wouldn't have even hired you because I would have been threatened that all
Yeah,
those
yeah.
things. It's a trust thing, and it's only gonna be. It's gonna be your worst enemy if you're thinking about what the other person's gonna do. All you gotta do is ask them, and if they, if their character isn't such that you feel that they're gonna be trustworthy, then don't hire them.
Yeah.
Or fire, whatever.
Nowadays, that's a real problem. Like a lot of people that are hired or that they apply for a job and they get it, they have the mentality of, oh, I'm gonna just get it done, whatever they ask me for. That's it. They don't think of like how can they grow the business itself, doing what they doing,
And that kills
like,
me. That kills me. I think that's like back to our last one that we did about generational. And I think that's that we're going to struggle, right? We had a conversation in the office today about that as well. It's a reward, a reward before your effort kind of mentality. I'm not really a fan of it. That's that Gen X of me. Am I an X?
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm an X, I think. That's an X. That the get shit done mentality. I mean, just go and sweat
And us,
and bleed.
Z, we need that get shit done mentality. And stop procrastinating.
No, procrastination. Pause and hold that one. Remember, we're going to talk about that one. So the get shit done mentality. I actually don't believe the Zers have it.
Some, I have it, but I procrastinate. So,
but the get shit done mentality is on the back of not knowing what your net results are going to be. It's just get shit done and then see what falls. That's bad, right? But it's what a lot of us Zers or Xers rather have in us. Just get shit done mentality. And if something shitty goes wrong over here, that means we just got to work even harder on the next one to make up for that one. There's no plans or processes in place, right? So that's to my guys out there that are struggling for that moment, that right there, that time. If you're doing that, I promise you, you have to make that choice. I'm either going to deal with this version of how I'm living right now, or I'm going to put stuff into place that's going to free me up to be able to be not stuck in my business, but be able to work on my business. Damn it if I haven't been privy to that for the first time in my life, and I'm 44 this year, and it took a long time coming, so if I could give anybody a little cheat code to, as you're growing up, just get there faster, this is it. This is just my little reward, or not reward. What's the word I want to say? This is my little fuck it, I'll say it again. And my little cheat code for getting down the road a little faster. Taking off the blinders, taking off all the hats that you have, and just really, really auditing what it is that you're doing, and if somebody else could do it for you. Not only are you going to free up your time, you're going to employ another person, you're going to build a team, and shit. I grew up playing sports. I don't know about you.
Me too. I still do. I play sports.
I'm a little too chubby for sports right now. That's a whole nother topic. But sports for me, I was in real disciplined sports growing up. Very disciplined sports. A little soccer, right? Yeah. Very disciplined sports. Academy kind of style.
Football.
Drill sergeant mentality. You do it. The coach would have no problem making us cry. On the field.
Nowadays, that you can't do that. They can't do that. Yeah,
which is the whole generational gap thing again, right?
Yeah.
I wish I was a coach again, because I'm going to tell the parents first. Parents, do you want these kids to get fair playing time, or do you want me to really just look out and hone the skills of each one of these individuals, put them in the place that I feel them best suited for the team, and give them the discipline that they need? A lot of these kids are yearning for the discipline, which is AKA direction, for them to hone their own skills that they don't even know exist yet.
Yeah, because they're trying to figure it out.
And trying to figure it out.
They just know that they know how to play, and because they might be good, they deserve playing time, but they don't see the back end.
That's a whole nother little topic. That's a Gary Vee quote right there. 8th place trophies. The generation that created 8th place trophies, trash. Hate it. Hate it. If I was in that world that I got an 8th place trophy, there's no way I would take that home. It's embarrassing.
You mentioned something that I don't know if you're closing out already. Maybe it's been 35 minutes, but you mentioned something about like growing up with the get shit done mentality.
Mm.
I was raised with that mentality by my dad, and just to give a little like a story time of how I started this, like this media camera stuff, it was on a get shit done mentality, but don't expect nothing from it until you see it.
That's an amazing thing. Continue.
Because I learned this at church. Somebody at church, I saw him with a camera. I used to go to church with my family. I saw him with a camera. I liked it. I'm like, oh, it seems cool. I spoke to that person, whatever. I started learning cameras. After that, I started doing work for that church. But I was not expecting any, let's say, money, rewards. whatever.
Compensation.
Yeah, compensation. Then I started doing it on myself for people outside, and that's when I started getting a little bit of money. But then I started doing it for the people at church outside. And then it was like, oh, it might be another topic, but if you're a Christian and you're watching this or if you go to church, don't feel offended. It's just my opinion. It's like, oh, you're doing this for God. God will pay you type of thing. So I was like, and to not say more, I think that got me out of church a little more. Because it was like I went one time with a guy to Florida for a whole week because there was like a Christian concert, whatever. I worked for a whole week doing content, and I didn't see a penny. Not even like oh, this is your time. I know. Take this a little whatever, $300, $400. It was a week. $400 is not a week. Come on, my mans. But whatever. So I grew up on that. Get shit done and don't expect nothing. But it got to a point where that get shit done and don't expect nothing, I didn't believe in it. And I said, and I'm sorry for the word, fuck that. If I'm getting shit done, I need something because I deserve it. I don't know if you with me?
I'm 100% with you. So pushing that forward to a business, that was you vetting out your strengths and your, maybe your ultimate life choices on your career.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm. But I said that. I'm sorry to interrupt you again.
No. By all means, you said that.
I said that because in a business perspective, new entrepreneurs, they expecting to get shit done and get money right away to be able to grow. So when you're saying that they need to, be able to buy back their time to be able to grow, to buy that they need money. That means they need to get shit done and get the money. Just give me my money.
Yeah, so the buy back your time part isn't going to come on day one. Buy back your time is like a stage level where you've gotten something off the ground.
And that's why there's a lot of failures in a lot of new 100%.
Every industry across the board. What do they got? What's the word I want to use? Life expectancies of months and years, not lifetimes. Businesses fail daily.
Yeah.
So this is what it is. So this buy back your time concept for me is landing when you reached a pinnacle, when you reached a level that it's needed, and you got to be able to recognize it. For you, dealing with church people at that time, young, youthful, no business model, that was just experience.
Yeah.
And yes, it's get shit done. Let's get some stuff under my belt to be able to create a portfolio, let's just say, of content for you, and now go piggyback that and use that as your leverage for your first paying customer.
Yeah.
But when you're young,
everything is experience. Though.
Yeah,
I'm glad I went through that, so that way now I know.
You probably, dare I say, might not have excelled in the art of the craft. You might have not excelled in the art of the craft if you didn't have to do it for free.
Yeah.
If you're, this is just again my opinion, whatever. If someone's throwing money at you for just effort, now you're just looking at dollars as a young person, as a starter.
I was like 15.
Yeah, and you're just looking at it as this is money. This is going to pay for my
my phone bill, maybe.
Yeah, that's it, right? This isn't that. This buying back your time is when you're in that critical moment of, damn, I'm doing something here. I think I can grow this. I want to use my strengths to grow it while I create a team that's doing other things. That's it. It's creating the team, not being the superstar, just creating the team. You can manage as a coach at that point, right?
Yeah.
But I also procrastinate on a lot of these things. I'm dying moving slow, little tortuga. It's okay, it's okay. But procrastination is a problem, and that's it.
Yeah. It is a problem that people should work on it. And it's all here.
And it's for another time. It's for another story. And today, we're gonna buy back your time right now so that you can move on to your next thing after you just watch this. Keep it coming because we're going to be doing all these little things for you, giving you little insights on little cheat codes to try to help you get to your next level faster by hearing stories of other people that have already been through the trenches, hearing my BS go on and on about this, that, and the third. But guess what? I promise you, if you're at that little level, this is not meant for be a big motivational thing. I don't want to be a motivational guy. I don't want that. What I want to do is be able to give people that are just right there, the ladder's in front of them, they've already got something set up or not, and they want to be able to just start getting that first couple grips on those first couple rungs, and let's get going, because that's it. And that's my time for today. Guys, thank you. Don't forget to like and subscribe and do all those things you're supposed to do. Peace.